Uh, lecture 10 is case 1 when good X is normal good, and we take a look at income and substitution effects. Today we have case 2 when X is an inferior good. Okay. Suppose good X become more expensive. Okay. Then it would create 2 channels of the combined effect. First, increase in price of good X make the opportunity cost of good X going up. Px over Py goes up. So X become more expensive relative to good Y. So substitution effects make the consumer buy less of the good that become more expensive. That's good X. Make the consumer buy more of the good that become relatively less expensive. That's good Y. As a result, with the first channel, we call substitution effect. He would buy less of good X. Okay. Next. Increase in PX reduce his real income. So when this guy feel poorer, and in this case, we will look at the case where he view good X as inferior good. When the consumer become poorer and X is inferior good, he buy less or more of inferior good. Buy more. So suppose X here is instant noodle. When this guy become poorer, he consume more of instant noodle due to income effects. Yeah, more of X. So since one of the two effects induce him to buy less, the other effect induce him to buy more. So what we can conclude is like this. If the pink effect, SE, which drive him to buy less, dominates income effects, which drive him to buy more, the end result would be he buy less of good X. Okay. Okay. Now, illustration for this. Let's take a look. Graphically, okay. We are going to draw the diagram to show the flow diagram that we have there here. Okay. First of all, to make the picture represent the flow analysis above, we need to have a trick. Yeah. Since I draw so many times, I know the trick of doing this. So first, the initial equilibrium, if you make it somewhere above here, around here, it's easier to draw. Yeah. But if you make it somewhere here, it's more difficult. Yeah. So let's have the initial equilibrium somewhere quite close to the vertical axis. Yeah. Let's see how it goes, even though I draw so many times. Point A. Initial equilibrium. X1, Y1. And now with this flow, Px goes up. Oh, you are discussing about when price of good X goes up. What will happen to the budget line then?
Rotate inward.
Rotate inward. Okay. Thank you.เอามาใกล้กูเหี้ยเอาไปเอาไป
เดี๋ยวเสียงมันดังอยู่ใกล้เป็นไว้ไม่
เกิดอะไรขึ้นนะแผ่นคอยก่อน BL2 กลับมา
มันทำดี
And now next step is that where you want to put the new equilibrium. Let's look at the flow analysis above. The end result on good X is he buy less of good X. But how about the end result on good Y? Oh, we got a problem here. Subtraction effects induce him to buy more of Y. Income effects induce him to buy less of Y. So now it depends on the relative magnitude of the two effects. Yeah, if SE, which is stronger, if SE is stronger than IE, so he will buy more of good Y. But if IE on Y is higher than SE on Y, he will buy less of Y. Okay, so now we have to make a choice. Actually, what you can see here, we can have like case 2A and 2B. I will present one. Let's say at the end, he buy less of good Y then. If he buy less of good Y, then the new point must be somewhere like this. Buy less of X and buy less of Y. But if you want to present the case where he buy less of X, more of Y, the new spot must be somewhere here, right? Buy less of X, more of Y. But in classroom, I will show the case where he buy less of good Y. Point C is on the southwest of point A. The new basket. Let's call this X3 and Y3. Oh, that's good. Now the microphone is next to you. It's now your turn.
Okay.
We want to separate the ball into SE and IE. Yeah? Point A is an old choice. Point C, basket C, is a new choice. Can you recommend how to separate income effect and subtraction effects? What I have to do with this picture? Next step. What I have to do?
Separate it into IE and SE.
Yeah. Yes. Last week we considered this. What we have to create a line. We have to create a new line. What is that?
Indifferent curve. Sure.
Create indifferent curve? No.
Hypothetical budget.
Yes. Okay. What would be the property of this line then? No, I mean how I want to create this. Can you recommend hypothetical budget line? What would be the characteristic of this line?
It has to be parallel with the new budget line BL2.
Parallel with the red?
Yes.
Okay. And then next.
And then it's what touch the old IC.
Basically, you're looking to have this new layer, this one, parallel with this. Okay. Slide until this pen touch at the O indifferent curve. That's a landing point. Okay, let's have this line. Thank you. Okay. I have to, you see, I have to modify my indifferent curve to make this case. And you may have to do the same thing. You know, if I don't do this, because I have to plan the touching point, point B, let's call it. Point B, why I have to make it like this? To represent the case above. Look, point B must be on the far left. And next, if you look from this, B, C, A. Why is that? Because you have to plan first what you have to do with this. Let's write this first. A, C, B. Arrangement of the point from left to right must be like this. B, C, A. Before, if I don't modify my IC, B may be fault somewhere in between C and A, which is not the case for this. We have to make the case where the landing point is on the far left. Why? Because the diagram above, we want to show that he buy less of good X, right? Less of good X, it's income subtraction effect here. That's a pink effect. He buy less of X. And then he buy income effect when X is not inferior good. He buy more of X. That's IE, the blue one. Take a look. That's why point B must be on the far left, because the two effects now work in opposite direction. Yeah. SE drive him to buy less, IE drive him to buy more. But in this diagram, yeah, total effect, this guy buy less of X when X become more expensive. Take a look at that flow first. He buy less of X when PX goes up. That's the end result. But something inside work like that. Less of X, SE. More of X, IE. Yeah. SE wins, IE. SE dominates. That's why the pink effect is stronger than the blue effect. Yeah. That's why you have to plan first what you want to make the case, and then you try to draw it. You know, for example, if I make my IC look like this, very curvature, it will not touch like we want to have like a slide. Oh, it will touch somewhere here instead. No. All right. So now we project B down to the floor. And we call this level X2. Let's summarize on good X first. I use one color for SE. I use pink. SE bring him to buy less of good X when X become more expensive. That's called substitution effect. But why a good X is inferior good? Let's say mama. When he become poorer, he buy more of instant noodle. Then IE drive him to buy more. But in this case, SE dominates IE. The total effects then A to C. He buy less of the inferior good. Yeah, now we finished presenting the case on good X already. For good Y. Good Y. The flow diagram said, look at the flow diagram. Substitution effect induce him to buy more of good Y. So that should be go up, right? Let's check whether it's true. Yeah, exactly. SE is a movement from A to B. Drive him to buy more of good Y. And how about IE? Income effect. The blue one. Drive him to buy less of good Y. Check. Less of Y. Is that true? B to C. Exactly. Income effects on good Y drive him to buy less of good Y. Why? Good Y is normal good. When he feel poorer, he buy less of the normal good. So in this case, on good Y, substitution effect weaker than income effects, then he buy less of good Y. Total effect. If you want to make it helpful for your review, you can summarize what's going on with good Y, same like we did on good X like this. A to B, that substitution effect on good Y, drive you to buy more of good Y. The blue one, income effect, strike back. Income effect, when he feel poorer, he buy less of good Y. Y is normal good. On good Y, SE is weaker than IE, so
จริงๆมันต้องออริจินอลไปต้องคือมันตั้งใจจะมาจากไหนแล้วก็มานี่แล้วก็มานี่ใช่ไหมก็หนึ่งสองสาม
okay. All right. Yes. Last week, it's going to the same direction because this case one, X is normal good. Today, case two, when good X is inferior good, then we got the situation where the two effects work against each other like this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Last night I finished grading on Sec 3 already. Tonight will be Sec 4. Yeah. Okay. So I plan to announce the score within this week. Yeah. Multiple choice is quite good, but written exam mixed result, mix. But when I announce the score late, I feel guilty. So when I feel guilty, I try to be kind, more kind when I do the grading on the written question. Is that good? To compensate with this. Okay. That's case 2. Finish. Case 3. A special term here. Given good. Another name for this, super inferior good. When we use the word super, so that means case 2, we can call it, it's a normal inferior, just normal inferior. Case 3, super inferior. What is the definition of this? Case 2 that we just finished, we observe that on good X, subtraction effect is stronger than income effect. Take a look. The pink, it's stronger. The pink dominates the blue. That's why at the end, when price of X become more expensive, let's say mama become more expensive, he buy less of mama. Yeah. Law of demand still hold. Yeah. PX goes up, end result, he buy less of good X. Yeah. That's for case 2. But case 3, to present to you first, when we talk about given good or super inferior goods, now it's time that income effect dominates substitution effect. Okay, it just a contrast scenario on this. Now, if someone asks you what is difference between inferior and super inferior, inferior goods, pink dominates blue, but super inferior or given, the blue dominates the pink. Now, we will see.
แล้วค่อยไปรับใหม่ก่อนถึงทางที่ชื่อจุดตรงนี้ผมไม่อยากจะเพิ่มนะคะที่ตรงนี้ได้ไหมไม่ได้ไม่ยากแค่4 เดือนก็ดูดีขึ้นนิดนึงอะไรดีขึ้น มันเยอะมากมันแบบ47คู่
To save time, let's copy case 2 here that we wrote to modify. Yeah. We want to make case 3.
เขาจะเห็นปะเห็นแค่
Ah. Change the case name to case 3. And this case is about,
น้ำลายมันชอบ
X is a given good or super inferior.
ขึ้นเนาะถือว่าลิงเจ็บตามเขาอะต้องเป็นเราดูว่าเรื่องอะไรมันคืออะไรนะเรื่องนี้คืออะไรเท่าเป็นแพนเค้กบัวเรื่องแบนคือแบบดูกันเลยใช่เป็นแพนเค้กแบบใหญ่สุดเลยมันคือของดี
Yeah, this is case 3.
เยอะมากเยอะมากโคตรเยอะ
Ah, okay, let's try to modify this that we just copy from case 2. Look what you have to delete. Px goes up. Opportunity cost of x goes up. Px over py goes up. We are the ping effect, subtraction effect. Subtraction effects drive him to buy less of x, more of good y. He buy less of good x. This flow, we don't need to do anything. It's go like this. Yeah. Case 2, case 3. And when x is a given good or given good or inferior good, subtraction effects work the same. But here, take a look. Real income fall because he feel poorer. We are income effect. X is, X is given good or super inferior good. When he feel poorer, he buy more of good X. Okay, you can also look at the size of the arrow that we create. Yeah. Inferior good, a super inferior good, he buy a lot more good X. Subtraction effect, he buy less of good X, but just a little less. Then end result, when income effects dominate substitution effects, the outcome would be when X become more expensive, he buy more of good X. That's strange. Yeah. Then this case, it would suggest like demand curve is upward sloping. Right? When the price is P1, good X, yeah, he buy Q1. But when price goes to P2, he buy more of good X. So when X is a given good, law of demand is invalid for this case when income effects stronger than substitution effects. Okay, it's theoretically possible, like we discussed. It's possible theoretically when IE dominates SE. Then he buy more of X when X become more expensive. That's strange. But in reality, it's still controversial whether the good ever exists. So if you are asked to draw diagram illustration, you have to plan ahead already. Hey, now it's in super inferior good or given good. Then the new choice must be on the left, on the right of the old choice. Point C, basket C, must be on the right of basket A, for instance. Like this. Then new choice must be here. So this is what you have to plan ahead when you are asked to draw diagram. Yeah, like this. New choice is on the left of old choice. Like this is x1, this is x3. And you also have to think about how to make it easier for you to draw the diagram. For example, if we put point A somewhere here, the original choice, let's say here, it would be very difficult for you to draw indifferent curve because if you plan point C to be on the right, then you have less gap. Like it's quite almost at the end of the budget line. Then the solution is that when you want to show this case, it's better to have like a choice A somewhere around here. Let's say it's more convenient that then you have a lot of space to put point C. Let's say be here. Yeah, like this.
มันไม่ต้องมีเลขดีหรอกอืมสมมติก็ใช้เนี่ย
So I will post on the Google Classroom. This is going to be a homework, a very easy one. Like just give me a picture by yourself. Yeah, you have to struggle with drawing this. Yeah, don't copy from your friend. Otherwise, you will not be able to do it in the exam. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Draw the diagram for this case 3. Given good. Yeah, X is given good. Also, in the diagram, you have to decompose total effect into the two separate effects, namely SE and IE. And summary effects on good X and on good Y. Okay.
บอกว่าบอกว่างานที่เรียนรัวเลย นิ้วเดียวตัดติดนิ้วเดียวสองนิ้วคุณดึงไปก็ไม่อ๋อใครจะดึงให้ไหมนิ้วไม่ต้องพ่อดึงนิ้วขาเขาไม่ดึงพอดึงมันก็จะเหมือนเล่นนวดเป็นนิ้วเท้าเล่นก็ดึงอ่ะก็ดึงนิ้วมือมันก็เป็นนิ้วเฉียงกระดูกส่วนเป็นมากเลยแต่พอจะดึงแรงมากเชี่ยก็ดูครูก็เลยตอบแทนเธอที่การเห็นว่านิ้วครูมันก็จะแบบเลือดมันเป็นสัตว์
Okay.
มันดูชัดชัดเขินอ่ะเขินนะไม่ได้ให้ผู้หญิงเพื่อนดูให้ดูมันนั่งเขินดูเพื่อนถ้ารู้เดียวอ่ะว่ารู้นิ้วมันยาวอ่ะก็สูงเกินเท่าหนึ่งถ้าสูงเต้นกับแค่เส้นเดียวแต่ดูมีแต่ดูทั้งสามดูผมเส้นเดียวจริงเหรอเส้นเดียวยืนก็มาดิก็มาดิเตยทางเล็กมากใช่แล้วเตยสูงเตยสูงกว่าไม่ทำไมฉันสีบอกสามสอง
Okay, we make a summary.
เดียวกันก็ไม่รู้ว่าแล้วว่าให้แชทแล้วมันครับสองแปดไม่สองแปดเพราะว่าเป็นทางเรียนแล้วแต่ยี่ห้อแล้วก็อันแต่เป็นอันคือจำเลยคือชอบใส่ยี่ห้อของทีม
When price of X goes up, and we have three cases: normal, inferior, and given. Case 1, 2, 3.
ไล่เรียกกันเลย
If we look at the picture last week, when X become more expensive and X is normal good, both income effects and substitution, subtraction effects and income effects drive him to buy less of good X. So we got this. Okay, and here would be in our diagram x1, x2, and x3. Arrangement of the basket in the picture look like this. Yeah, it's a CBA. A is an old choice. C is a new choice. He buy less of good X from A to B by two combined impact that work in the same direction. Go to the left, buy less, buy less. But for inferior, arrangement of the point would be look like this. Substitution effects induce him to buy less of X. So like this, A to B. That's why in the picture B must be on the far left. And income effects, since X is normal good, inferior good, when he become poorer, he buy more of inferior goods. So the blue effects drive back. B to C, income effect. But in this case, the pink dominates the blue. The pink drive him to buy less, right? Dominates the blue, with drive him to buy more. Then SE win. he buy less of good X. Law of demand still valid with case 2. For inferior good, law of demand still valid. Yeah. Point C is on the left of point A. Nothing wrong with law of demand. New choice is on the left of old choice. But for given case, given case, it must be Belgium, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, yeah, BAC, yeah. Yeah. SE, he buy less of good X. So go to the left. Given good or super inferior good, when he become poorer due to the fact that PX goes up, reduce his real income, reduce his purchasing power, he buy a lot less of good X. In this case, income effects, it's very strong. Push him to buy a lot more of good X. The blue go like this. Wow. Surpass point A. Yeah. Then final outcome, which is theoretically possible, but in reality still arguable. He buy more of X when X become more expensive. Point C is now on the right of point A. So when you do the exam, you have to think about this, yeah. Planning ahead and then start to draw which case that you have in your hand. Yeah. When we look at this summary, the sure thing is it doesn't matter whether it's normal, inferior, or given. When something become more expensive, if we only talk about substitution effect, the pink always drive you to buy less of the thing that become more expensive. Look, left, left, and left. SE never work like a become more expensive and buy substitution effect. He buy more. No. Substitution effects, when X become more expensive, SE will induce him to buy less of good X all the time. So with pure subsumption effects, if we consider only subsumption effects, buyers always buy less of the good when price of the good become more expensive. Point B always on the left of point A. Point B always on the left of point A, regardless of whether X is normal, inferior, or given. And that's note number 1. Note number 2. When good X is a normal, we notice that pink and blue effect work in the same direction when good X is normal good. Oh. Okay, sometimes students just only remember this and get confused. When good X is normal good, our analysis shows that pink and blue effect work in the same direction, drive him to buy less of good X. When X become more expensive, I have to emphasize that this statement SE and IE work in the same direction. It's on the good that price, its price change. Yeah, it's not applied to good Y. It depends on the picture. Yeah, these apply when here PX goes up. SEIE on the on good, the good that price change work in the same direction. Yeah. Don't apply this to all goods, not good Y. Good Y you can see. Wait. Yeah. Y is normal good. Sometimes students get confused when I say this. SEIE work in the same direction and say, oh, why this is not the case? No, it's on good X. When price of X change and X is normal good, the two effects reinforce each other like this. Yeah. Okay. On Y, it depends. It depends. Okay. Then I got number 3. When X is inferior, good. Subsumption effects and income effects on good X. Yeah. On good X work against each other. Okay. Okay. All right. Final exam will be in line with the applications in ManQ. Yeah. In ManQ chapter 21, Theory of Consumer Choice, on specific page that I'm going to tell you, it's a must-read application. Economic theory respond to this question that people ask: do people really save more when interest rate on saving goes up? And in the application, you will see that it depends. It's not always the case that when saving rate goes up, people will always save more. Sometimes they save less, explained by income and substitution effects. Yeah. Read the case and look at how to draw this picture in ManQ. Yeah. That's the first application. Second application. Now you got the very good tool already in the class. You know how to separate IE and SE in the class, which is not explained clearly in ManQ. Yeah. You can apply that technique and look at this. Yeah. Application 2. Do people work more when salary rises? As the same answer, it depends. It's possible that when salary increases, people may tend to work less. Everything explained by income and substitution effects. That's a must-read application. Yeah. Yeah. Look for the ebook on the Google Classroom that we have and go to chapter 21. On this, almost at the end of the chapter, you see this. Okay. In the class, we take a look at case 1, 2, 3. I have 2 more cases where I will give you the clip video. Yeah. When X and Y are complements, how to separate IE and SE. Case 4. Case 5, it's about coffee and tea case. Yeah. Good X, coffee, good Y, tea. X and Y are substitutes. How to separate IE and SE in this case. Case 4, complementary. You will see this case like a indifferent curve will be L shape. Different from 1 to 3. Yeah. Complementary, good. Case 5, when X and Y are substitutes, indifferent curve will not be like case 1, 2, 3. Indifferent curve will be a straight line. You will take a look. Yeah. It is a short case. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 is more tough than these two. These two, it's not so complicated. Yeah. L-shape IC, that's case 4, complementary goods. Straight line, indifferent curve, it's for case 5. When coffee and tea, it's an example here. Okay. All right. After the break, we start the new chapter on production. Yeah.